start this time, huh? Say hello to the people. I'm gonna tell you some do and don'ts regarding to birds. And now, keep in mind, every bird is different, okay? So, and there are just a tiny bit more don'ts than do's, but it's fine. It'll be okay. It is all for the happiness of your bird. Think about that. Let's start with the don'ts, because then we can end with the do's, and that's more fun. So let's start with the don'ts. Get ready. Let's start with the very obvious one, and that is a full seed diet. That's something you shouldn't do. Seeds, all seeds, completely seeds is bad for your bird. I've explained this before. Just like you eating potato all day, it is not good for them. Second don't is cooking with your bird, although it might be nice because then you can just do your thing in the kitchen and your bird's chilling on your shoulder or something. It might be a nice way to spend time, but it's bad because there's this thing in pots and pans which is called Teflon, and once you start cooking it kind of like gets into the air and it's toxic for your bird. So please don't cook with your bird anywhere on you. Have them in another room, I'd say. That's probably the best. Now that we are into the toxic part, there are more things that are toxic for your bird. If you like houseplants, that's totally fine, but check first what is safe for your bird, because there are a lot of houseplants that are also toxic for your bird. So check your houseplants. Unfortunately, I have heard of people's birds dying because of a houseplant. Check your houseplants. And of course there are toxic foods like avocado, apple seeds, mushrooms, chocolate, caffeine, milk. Birds are lactose intolerant, although somehow an itsy bitty tiny little piece of cheese is okay. Somehow, I don't know how that works exactly, but just no dairy products. And there probably are a lot more. Again, before you feed your bird anything, just check online. There are just lists over there that says this is okay, this is not okay. So check. Another don't is getting your bird a too small cage, like I have right now for my 3 birds. Yet again, they have the entire room, so the room is their cage, I'd say. A too small a cage is just bad for your bird. It also has to do with the bar spacing, that's also very specific for every bird. And that also goes with keeping your bird inside the cage all day. Birds are very social. If they are tame, they like interacting with you. Keeping your bird inside the cage all day has a negative effect on their health. So get them out of their cage. Even though their cage might be nice and big, get them out. And then in their cage should be a variety of perches. When you buy a cage, you could probably get those straight perches with it. Those are dowel perches, those are bad for your bird's feet. So either don't put them in the cage, put a lot of other stuff in the cage here as well, or send them down to make them rough. Really, this is a choice. It's not like don't do this, but don't clip your bird's wings, you know? And that's because birds are literally made to fly. They can run very fast. Well, it also depends on the bird, but they can run really fast. They can climb. They don't have hands. They can swim. They are literally made for flying. If you clip their wings, you take that away, and it's the easiest prey animal ever. But it's also just for them, all they know is flying. So I'm not a fan of clipping your bird's wings. But of course there can be reasons why you should do it, like if you get a new bird which is not tame, to try and tame it. Or I've heard a lot that people in the summer like to take the bird outside and then they clip their wings so that they don't fly away. All kinds of that things, but I'm just no fan of clipping. Don't yell at your bird. I like to think that when you yell at a dog, they have a sense of guilt, so they'll probably think like, oh shit, what did I do? Oh my god. And they won't do it again. If you yell at a bird, I don't really feel like they have a sense of guilt. Maybe they do, maybe some birds do, maybe others don't. I'm no scientist, I don't know. But if you yell at them, I've noticed I've tried it actually when Delphi did something bad, I just spoke to her firmly. That had like not a good effect on her. She would just get scared of me for the entire rest of the day. So birds really go well on positive reinforcement. Don't yell at them because they will only get you steps back. I like this one. Keep in mind, if it's a spray, keep it away. Like hairspray, deodorant, any type of cleaning products. If it is a spray, keep it away because it is toxic and bad for your bird. Keep that in mind. Another don't is grabbing them. Of course, when your bird is tame and you hold them like that and they snuggle up to your hand, that's completely fine. But I mean, like, against your bird's will, grabbing them, that's a big no. That's a big no-no. They will get scared of hens immediately. The trust between you two breaks. It on all levels is negative. Even though if you say your bird is not tame at all and you want to spend time with them and you want them to like you, don't force it. Don't grab them. Take your time. Have patience. You'll get there. Don't force. Don't grab. Don't do anything against their will. I'd say that was about it for the don'ts. Of course, there are way more don'ts. It's also specific for each bird, but I just wanted to tell you some general don'ts. And now the do's. Vegetables! Even though your bird is probably picky as hell, and when you offer them vegetables for the first 1500 times, they'll probably be like, what on earth would I eat that? I have seeds over there. You can keep your vegetables. Keep going, keep trying. I hope for you they will get there, but give your bird veggies. You want to know something? Birds in the wild have a probably all fruit diet, and here we use fruit as a treat. That is because the fruits in nature are completely different to the fruits we eat over here. The fruits they eat in nature are comparable to our vegetables because there's way less sugar in them. We kind of domesticated our fruits, and now they're very sugary, that's why we give them as a treat. So in nature they have an all fruit diet, but that's because it's compared to our vegetables. The more you know. So, veggies, give your bird veggies. Train them. They actually really enjoy training, they like the challenge, you spend time with them, you bond with them, it's quality time. Quality time. So, train with them. They really like it, and if they are food motivated, they'll really get there. So, it's like a win-win-win situation because you train them, you can teach them cool things, you spend time with them, that way you bond, and... Okay, it's a win-win situation. Might sound weird, but talk to them. They are very social. I don't know if you've ever heard multiple birds together, but they like make chatty noises. So when you talk to them, you interact with them, and they might not seem to react to it, but it's a good way of getting them used to you. So just talk to your bird. I don't care what it's about. They don't care what it's about. If it's the weather or if you had a bad day, they don't care. Just talk to them because they're very good listeners. Give them attention, spend time with them. Again, they are very social. Even if your bird is not tame, just be in the room with them. Or even if your bird is extremely tame as hell and they just want to snuggle with you, spend time with them because that way you can keep that. Just in general, there can be nothing wrong with spending time with your bird. It's good for both sides. And get them a friend. I've noticed that Delphi is a much happier bird since she has friends. Even though she was extremely tame and she absolutely loved me and I loved her and we spent a lot of time together, that was great, but I've noticed she's become more of a bird ever since I got her friends. So because they are very social, it is kind of good to get them company of their own kind. And that choice is totally up to you. If you are not open to that, that's fine. But I've just noticed that it has a very positive effect on my bird. Well, that was it for the do's and don'ts. Again, there are probably plenty more, but I just wanted to share these with you. And I have a question for you, just purely out of curiosity. I was just wondering if you guys have a favorite of my 3 birds. I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was just wondering if you guys have a favorite between Delphi, Sami, Zola. So let me know. I'm really curious to know. And if you don't have a favorite and you like all 3 equal, that's totally fine too. Let me know. I'd love to read. And please tell me why. That was it for today. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you next time. And I wanted to say have a nice weekend, but I don't know when this video is going to be up, so it might be in the middle of the week. I don't know. Have a nice day. Goodbye.